Before we get back to the show, I want to talk to you about lynda.com. So if you're kickstarting your new year and you want to challenge yourself to learn something new, get a free 10-day trial from lynda.com. It's used by millions of people around the world and has over 4,500 courses. The topics on development for web, or web development as a normal person would say, photography, visual design, business, software training for Excel, WordPress, Photoshop. You can learn how to sort your iTunes folder, learn how to count to 10, whatever you want to do on lynda.com. They're partnering with the Garden Report and CLNS Radio to bring you a free 10-day trial. So give it a try. Maybe you'll get a raise at work or something wonderful will happen. You'll win the lottery. So trust me, you'll win the lottery if you go to lynda.com.
I just felt like, again, it's sort of a timeline thing. The players that we had were the uncertainty of the future and free agency, and felt like we were getting good value in return based on this contract situation.
Are you done trading? Or?
I don't know that. I never know. I'm not done talking. Jeff was a high character guy who came to work every day. After his heart condition, he really put forth a great effort, I think, to get himself back as an NBA player. I don't think he missed, well, he did miss a game. I'm not sure if he even missed a practice. And he's working really hard, and I think that Jeff is a guy that still hasn't reached his prime, even at his age. I think that he's still getting better. And but I think he was a good guy in the locker room. Like you said, our leading scorer this year, and he was a pleasure to be around. I think he'll be a good addition in Memphis.
We're back for part two. Let's talk about this trade that just happened. Sam, just right off the bat, Jeff Green's gone. How do you feel?
Great.
Yay.
I thought it was a good trade. He got a first-round pick eventually. Tayshaun Prince may show up. Jeff Green was playing pretty poorly ever since the Rondo rumors kind of surfaced. Kind of sulking everywhere. It was kind of, everyone knew it was time for him to leave town, so fantastic.
There was sulk all over the floor in the locker room. That was a major issue. People tripping. It was a serious hazard, Julian.
It was a serious hazard, but it was time for Jeff Green to go. It had to happen. It was the obvious move in wake of the Rondo trade. Green just didn't belong here with what this team was trying to do. Ainge kept using the word uncertainty with Rondo, what he was going to do this summer. He kept using that again with Jeff Green, uncertainty if he was going to opt into his contract. And, Ainge did something about it. He made sure he got value in return. That value is Tayshaun Prince's expiring contract and eventually a first-round pick. But that is value, whether that pick comes anywhere from 2018 to 2021 when we may see it. But that is something. It's another draft pick in the pile of draft picks. And after the return we saw on Rondo, I would say a first-round pick in return for Jeff Green is a success, no matter when that first-round pick is.
So how do you feel now? We're in this strange era of the NBA where capable starters in the NBA are getting traded for just like draft picks way down the road. It used to be like lottery pick in the upcoming draft. Now it's like picks that are so heavily protected. You're going to see them, maybe the NBA, the world won't even exist in this point.
Right. The protections have changed everything, because the only reason that pick needs to be so far away from Memphis is because Memphis owes Denver a pick, and because of protections, we still don't know when that pick is going to fall. So, it is what it is. Ainge has to take the best offer he can. I trust that this certainly was the best offer, somebody willing to give up a first-rounder for Green. So it may be a ways down the road, but we all feel as though Ainge isn't going to use all these picks anyway. He said tonight, draft picks have value. Players don't always have value. Sometimes the draft picks have value up until they become a player, and then they have no value. So,
draft LeBron James and suddenly no value now that he's on a draft.
Well,
pick.
you know what he was referring to.
Sure.
If the player isn't somebody that interests a team, then it's not of value to them. Whereas right up until that pick is taken, that team can use that pick on what they want.
Player, yeah.
So these picks are going to turn into things. Whether they get used or not, we'll see. But gathering them, I truly believe, is the right move. That now the hard part comes into play. What you turn those into.
I think the most confusing thing is now the Green deal frees up a lot of cap space for this upcoming offseason. but I don't know who the Celtics are going to use that money on.
Kawhi Leonard.
They could make an
was that?
absurd offer to
Kawhi
Kawhi
Leonard.
Leonard, but I don't know if he resigns
The max
here.
isn't enough for Kawhi Leonard, so it doesn't really matter.
And there's really no one else I can really see them signing. No big free agent. I don't think they're going to get Gasol or Aldridge. Maybe Robin Lopez, but that's not like a really splashy free agent signing.
But
So
max for Robin Lopez? No.
I don't know who they.
I mean, Jimmy Butler. There's a lot of great guys out there, but I don't think any of them are going to get moved.
None of them are going to come to the
But
Celtics.
probably not. I mean, Butler, there's a chance, and a very outside chance, but there's a chance.
I mean, the Bulls seem pretty intent on matching any offer that goes to Jimmy Butler. And it does seem like a lot of these guys just aren't the type of players that would end up in Boston. They're either going to be matched by the teams they're on or want to remain where they are. So I don't know. Maybe you have another good draft class come in, sign some one-year contracts, and just kind of keep hitting the reset button every offseason until something works out. But you can't blame Ainge for something that he hasn't done wrong yet. So far, he's done all the right moves, acquiring the draft pick. So until he screws something up, you got to just keep thinking that he's doing a good job.
All right, before we screw something up, let's get to baller and boxer. So for me, I'll start with my stat of the night, and it's Jared Sullinger's offensive rebounds, another weird stat. But he had more offensive rebounds than defensive rebounds, going up most of the time against Omer Asik and Anthony Davis. That was really impressive, and one of the keys to the Celtics really making that run in the fourth quarters. Julian, what's your stat of the night?
My stat of the night is 36 minutes and 27 seconds. That is the amount of time that your man Jay Crowder played tonight.
Crowder.
Jay Crowder played tonight, led the Celtics in minutes. Who would have seen Jay Crowder coming in hot so quickly?
All right, my stat of the night is Anthony Davis, 14 from 15 from the free throw stripe. He didn't really shoot that well or efficiently. He was 10 for 24, but he still was able to get 34 points. We see big men struggle from the line a lot, but not Anthony Davis, and that's why he's slowly becoming the best player to ever exist.
It's not too bold. No, it's pretty reasonable.
Putting it out there.
Yeah, I mean, Michael Jordan. Yeah, whatever. Okay, so baller of the night for you.
Baller of the night, I'm going to go ahead and take Jared Sullinger. He was the best player on the Celtics tonight. I think he's the best player on the Celtics going forward. Like we talked about earlier,
He was the last to be announced tonight, so now that's the official best player on the Celtics.
He's the guy now. It's always been that way. So, Sullinger, like I keep saying, find out what you have in him, make him the guy for the rest of the season, and see where that goes.
All right, well, for me, it's the Bay. It's Jay Crowder. Credit to Zach Harper on Twitter for coming up with Bay Crowder. I don't even like the word Bay. It's annoying, but come on, it works for this guy. I mean, I have been pumping the eighth man ever since Julian thought it was funny and wanted to keep making fun of me for it. And, yeah, I love it. I love deep role players, and Jay Crowder has emerged from the eighth man to the third, fourth man, I guess, tonight. Yeah.
He's the second man tonight.
He's the second man tonight. It's true.
He's really climbing up.
I mean, I like Jay Crowder when he was in Dallas. He comes here. He played nice, played hard, and tonight he got a big opportunity, and he absolutely took advantage of it, and it's great to see that, and I hope he and James Young have a great position battle that brings out the best of them down the second half of the season, because we need something entertaining to watch, and that's probably as entertaining as it gets on this team right now.
True.
All right, my baller of the night's Anthony Davis. I thought he had a real quiet game for him to start out, and then 13 points in the fourth quarter. It was real interesting in the locker room after the game. He was real sad. He was real frustrated with this loss.
He needed a snuggle.
He did. He looked like he just needed a hug. I wasn't going to be the one to provide him with that hug because I don't know him that well. But maybe Bay Crowder.
Maybe give him that cuddle.
Yeah, Bay needs a snuggle.
They probably went out to dinner after this game, got in bed together. Who knows? But Anthony Davis.
Maybe they didn't.
Or maybe they didn't. Probably they didn't, if we're really being accurate here. But Anthony Davis, baller of the night.
All right, we're going to leave you with the image of Jay Crowder and Anthony Davis snuggling. For the incredibly eloquent Sam Packard from WEI, Julian Edlow, who's just sitting there tapping his knees, I'm Jared Weiss. We'll see you for Wednesday night's game, which is an 8 o'clock game. Don't forget, don't you dare tune in early to that one. We'll see you later on the Garden Report on CLNS Radio and Celtics Blog.
No, because draft picks are always tradable. Players are not. Draft picks are always assets. They until sometimes they're drafted. So until they become players, or until they become paid. But You know, but no, I don't believe so.
Can you build a team through the draft anymore, or do you have to use those picks maybe to trade for players?
I think you have to build through the draft, and but you know, like last time we built through the draft, and then we developed players, and you know, we were able to trade to get some veteran guys in that were more ready to win, that were more compatible with Paul at the time. But we did it through the draft, and that's how I look at it. And we just right now we'll do the same thing. We'll draft players, we'll develop players, and we'll look for opportunities to take steps forward.